Welcome to the TeenLife Live Gap Year Virtual Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at teenlife.com. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from Vanguard Gap Year of Wheaton College. Take it away.
All right. Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Charlie Gakey. I'm the director of Vanguard, and I'm excited to share a little bit about our program. I'm just going to go ahead and pull up my slides. All right. So what is Vanguard? Vanguard is the gap year program of Wheaton College, which is a Christian liberal arts school in Wheaton, Illinois, that owns a campus in northern Wisconsin in the Three Lakes, Wisconsin area, where we operate this place called Honey Rock. And within Honey Rock is a gap year program called Vanguard. So that's a mouthful. But Vanguard is a gap year program, Christian liberal arts gap year program for 18 to 20-year-olds who are wanting to take a year of purposeful growth and development and do so in a very transformative environment that we call Vanguard. In the next couple minutes here, I'm just going to lay out some of our major program elements and then hopefully give you a picture of what the Vanguard year entails. Our year goes from September until May with a break at Christmas. And then many of our students stay on for summer as we offer summer camp programs, and it's a great place to spend a summer after our gap year program. What does Vanguard entail? Well, we do a little bit of everything. So it is an accredited gap year program. Our students take 8 credits of Wheaton College credit while they're in our program. It is a year of intentional, holistic Christian formation. So we are a Christian institution. We believe in our program being a great place to grow as a Christian and to navigate life's big questions, as 18 to 20-year-olds are asking tons of questions. And what a better place to do it in an intentional community, in an intentional time away from the noise and the hustle and bustle and the demands of post-high school life, in a year of preparation before college. Most of our students do go on to college, and not all go to Wheaton College, but many do go to Wheaton College as well. And we believe that holistic formation happens not just through experiences, not just through academics, not just through study and learn and reading, but happens when we engage our whole bodies. So that's what we mean by holistic Christian formation. One element of that is through an academic component. So we do have seminars and classes that are all about forming the mind, the body, the soul, and engaging with what does it mean to be a Christian? What does it mean to engage in our faith? What does it mean to answer big questions like, who am I? What's my purpose? Who has God made me to be? And we want to navigate that in an inquiry-based way. And we have professors that come up and teach courses with us, as well as different pastors and leaders that come and engage with us as a community. When it comes to what do we do throughout the year? Well, there are 3 big things that we do from a trip purpose. We call them cross-cultural immersion. So one is rural immersion. Our students live in rural Wisconsin, Northwoods, Wisconsin. It's a very unique environment, and not many of our students call that place home. So we engage in the local community through a variety of different service, engagement in local churches, as well as in our local happenings of our community. We also take a 2-week trip to Costa Rica at the end of February, early March, and explore service learning and what does it mean to serve cross-culturally, as well as practice our Spanish. And we do a homestay, and we work with an organization called Students International to do our international trip. And then lastly, we do several domestic trips throughout the year, but then 1 week-long trip at the end of March. And that is typically to an urban environment, but also has a couple other elements to it. And that's, again, exploring big questions, big issues like poverty and race, and how do we navigate them as Christians, as well as how do we engage in the issues of the world and help be a part of bringing apart solutions, as well as navigating the complexity of the world that we live in. Another big element of our year is work rotations and life skills. So we believe character is formed through work. and learning how to work and learning how to do practical things, whether it's building a building, whether that's cooking a meal for 50 people, whether that's learning how to work with our horses in our barn, learning how to fix a car. Some of our students just completely took apart a car engine in one of our trucks and then put it back together. But we believe the work life is, it's something we're gonna be doing for the rest of our lives. So learning how to work with purpose, learning how to develop character and work ethic and values that are just helpful developmental aspects of becoming an adult as a part of our formation. So like we talked about holistic Christian formation, how we view work is a huge part of our lives as Christians, as well as for everybody's life. Work takes up a lot of it. That's a very developmental mentoring way we do that throughout our year. We also have a community life. So community life, Vanguards live at this place called Honey Rock. It's a community made up of about 50 students. About half are Vanguard students, and the other half are graduate students or fellowship students. And it's a beautiful place to call home. It's a 1,000-acre property nestled in the Nicolet National Forest and on a chain of 28 lakes. And our students get to call that place home and live in life on life community, an intergenerational community where we get to grow and learn from one another and really prepare for life together. Lastly, is adventure trips. So we are an outdoor center. Honey Rock is an outdoor center of Wheaton College. And so we believe in the value of the outdoors and being in creation, of exploring, learning skills, being able to live in the Northwoods environment and to really make the most of that. So whatever the season, whatever is in front of us, we are trying to be outside as much as possible, as it's a great way to grow, great way to learn, great way to build community and grow closer to the Lord. Final couple slides here, how to apply. We, as a part of Wheaton College, you actually apply to Vanguard by applying to Wheaton College. And you can do that through the Common App as well as through the Wheaton College application. And then there's typically the application, and then there's a Zoom interview. And our acceptance at this time, we are accepting applications. It's definitely a great time to consider applying. And if you have more questions, please continue the conversation by emailing me. I'd love to talk with you more about Vanguard or ask questions in the Q&A, and love to continue the conversation about Vanguard Gap Year. So I'll go ahead and stop sharing and be respectful of our next people's time. And thanks for listening, and look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from Semester at Sea.
Great. Thank you so much for the introduction. And thank you to everybody that is participating in today's discussion. My name is Holly Tewill, and I am the Senior Regional Director for the Semester at Sea program. I sailed in 2010 and had the semester of my life. So I'm really excited to share with you guys what Semester at Sea is all about. We've been doing this since 1963. We have a cruise ship that we have converted into a college campus. And so it's about 500 to 520 college students that sail with us every semester, 20 to 30 of whom are gap year students. So this is an excellent way to spend a gap semester before you go on to start your college career and get that worldview. If you have any questions after the presentation, I've included my contact information here. I'd be happy to get in touch. To talk a little bit about what Semester at Sea is, we're headquartered at Colorado State University's campus. However, we welcome students from all around the world, and our transcript can be sent anywhere. So Colorado State University are the ones that hire our deans. They help us select our faculty, and ultimately they'll provide the transcript that you can send home or to whatever university you plan to attend in the future. Colorado State University transcripts are already on a 4.0 scale, so it's usually pretty easy to transfer. One of the unique things about our program is that we are a cross-cultural comparative program. We take advantage of the fact that you will be living on a cruise ship, and we are going to take what you're learning in the classroom and compare and contrast it with all of the countries that we're visiting. So if you're taking a cultural anthropology class, you're going to learn about that in the context of the regions we visit, and then you're actually going to experience it yourself. So it really is an opportunity to take what you're learning in the classroom and apply it to real life scenarios. you'll have an opportunity to visit 10 to 14 different countries in one semester. All of your classes take place while we're at sea. And then when we get into each country, that's your 4 to 6 days to go off and explore. And it's as guided or as independent as you want it to be. We offer tons of excursion opportunities. So we'll coordinate homestays so you can stay with a local family. We coordinate service trips so you can learn about social, environmental, economic issues in different countries and what different nonprofits or NGOs are doing to address those issues. We also do some of that more touristy stuff. So coordinating scuba diving trips or snorkeling trips, or going to the Great Wall in China, going to the Taj Mahal, going on safari in South Africa, doing hikes. So all sorts of opportunities when you're in each country. By the time it's all said and done, you'll become a member of our 73,000 member and growing alumni association with chapters all around the world. To give you an idea, this is our upcoming fall 2021 itinerary. So you'll see all of the places we're going to here. This itinerary has been updated to include countries that we feel will be responsible to travel to with the rollout of the COVID-19 vaccine. And so I realize the text might be kind of small. I'm going to read it out really quickly. We will start in Amsterdam, then go on to Iceland, from there to Poland, then to Sweden, and then on to Ireland, Portugal, Morocco, Spain, Dubrovnik, Greece, Israel, and then we're going to go around to India, and then we'll conclude our voyage in Dubai. Now, we are still accepting applications for the fall 2021 semester, but we're also accepting applications for spring 2022 and fall 2022 as well, and spring 2023. So if you are interested in applying, you can go to semesteratc.org/apply, or just go to semesteratc.org and then click the apply button. Some other countries that we visit often that aren't on this particular itinerary include Ghana, South Africa, Brazil, Indonesia, Japan, China, and more. Now, I also want to talk about our academics, because this is one thing that separates us from some gap year opportunities, because you will actually be taking classes on our program. We offer over 70 courses to choose from, and gap year students can select 9 to 12 credit hours. So that's about 3 to 4 different courses. Now, 2 of those courses are required, one of which is global studies. Global studies is required of the entire classroom, in the entire shipboard experience. And you're going to learn about all the countries you're visiting before you arrive there. So before you arrive, you'll learn about the architecture, you'll learn about the political structure, you'll learn about the religion, you'll learn about the history of the country and how boundaries have changed throughout the years, and so much more. This is a great opportunity to really feel confident when you set foot in that country, that you know as much about them as they know about you as an American. The other class that's required of gap year students is a university seminar class. This is a great opportunity for you to get to know the gap year advisor and for you to meet your fellow gap year students. This talks about college preparedness and how to take advantage of the resources offered both on the ship and at whatever university you plan to attend after your voyage. You can also take 1 to 2 additional courses. Like I said, we have over 70 courses that we offer, and you can select 1 to 2 lower level classes of your choice. Maybe they just sound interesting, or maybe they're in your degree plan, but it's completely up to you. And then after it's all said and done, we will send a CSU transcript to your house and whatever university you choose to attend. I also wanted to highlight some of the amenities on the ship, because I said that we're a cruise ship that we've converted into a college classroom, but that's kind of hard to visualize. So the upper left-hand side, you'll see our pool deck, and this is where a lot of students will do their reading and studying. The upper middle is an example of one of our classrooms. You'll see that the classroom has a projector and it has internet. So a lot of the amenities that you'd find in any other classroom, just with an ocean view. Some examples of our cabins in the upper right and lower middle left. So they're double occupancy. One has a window, one doesn't. You'll see our library here with a coffee shop in the back, campus store, intramural sports, and plenty of dining opportunities. Once again, I want to thank you guys so much for attending this presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them after the presentation or shoot me an email.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from EF International Language Campuses.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining. So we're going to talk about EF International Language Campuses. So what is our International Language Campuses? So it's a language immersion study abroad experience where you're going to be attending an EF owned and operated language school for daily language classes that are fun and interactive. So it's not like your normal high school or even college classes. These classes really are going to be classes that you're going to be immersed in the language and really enjoy. And then, of course, lots of activities and excursions after class to truly enjoy the city you're living in. We offer 7 different languages, Spanish, French, Italian, German, Mandarin, Japanese, and Korean across 12 campuses in Latin America, Europe, and Asia. And all of our campuses are located in amazing cities in some of the best neighborhoods of these global cities. So why do a language program with EF and why do it during your gap year? So EF has been around for over 55 years, so we have a lot of experience when it comes to international experience. We offer support around the clock, so we're going to be helping you no matter what you need 24/7 before, during, and after your course. We have an exclusive curriculum, and as I was saying before, this curriculum is based in experiential learning, so it's not a typical high school language class with tons of grammar and memorizing. It's really practical use of the language. So it's perfect for a student who's on a gap year, who's still, looking to keep their academic freshness, still trying to learn, but they also want to have fun and enjoy their gap year, but come out of it with really strong learning. And that learning is our guaranteed progress that we guarantee you're going to move up levels in our program based on the time you're there. We offer an international community. So it's not just Americans who are doing our programs. We have students coming from over 100 different countries. And we offer really flexible and customizable programs depending on your goals, your budget, your schedule, everything. So we offer 2 main programs. So we have our EF Language Year Abroad. So this is for someone who is looking to spend all or the majority of their gap year studying a language. So they can do a program of either 6, 9, or 11 months during our 4 different start dates throughout the year. We also have our multi-language year program where you can study multiple languages, or university prep where you can prepare to go to university abroad. We also have our language courses abroad, and this is for students who are looking to do something maybe a little bit shorter on a more individualized schedule, because we have start dates every single Monday of the year, and you can do as many weeks of the program as you'd like, as short as 2 weeks or as long as a whole year. So it's really flexible to kind of fit in a program, maybe just in the middle of your gap year, really whenever it works for you. And you can customize it even further with internships, preparation for official language exams, and more. So the core of our program is our academics, and that, as I said before, you're going to move up a level in our program every 4 to 6 weeks. All of the languages are taught in the native language, so it's complete immersion, but no matter what level you have, we can accommodate you. And every time you complete a level in our program, you're eligible to get college credit through our partner, which is the University of Montana. Each level is the equivalent to a whole semester of college class. So you're going to move up a level every 4 to 6 weeks. So just think every 6 weeks, that's a whole semester language class that you can get out of the way if you want. Of course, the program is a lot more than just the classes. We organize activities and excursions every single day. Some of them are going to be more social in nature, like a movie night or barbecue, maybe more cultural, like going to a museum or doing a neighborhood visit. But it's all different ways for you to get out and explore the city you're living in and practice your language skills out in the real world. The next part of our program is our housing options. We have two main options. We have our host family, which is the authentic immersion experience where you can live with a local family and practice the language that you're learning with them in their home. They're going to provide breakfast and dinner for you every single day and all meals on the weekend. And then, of course, these host families are screened and vetted by our staff. These are families who are really looking forward to hosting international students in their homes. You can even live with other EF students at the home. So you have the combination of the immersion experience, but also the social experience of other students. We also have our residence option. Depending on the city, it might be more like a dorm or a hotel or an apartment, but this is communal living with our staff on site who will be there to help you. And it's a really awesome opportunity to live in the center of a global city in the best neighborhoods. So our program is open to students of all ages, all language levels. We have students who are complete beginners in the language, other students who are quite advanced and are looking to get to reach fluency. But no matter what level you are, we can accommodate you and place you into the right class. All of our programs are ages 16 plus. We get many teens in the summers, and then primarily during the academic year, that's when we get our gap year programs. And if any of you are younger, looking to do something sooner, we do have even programs for ages 12 to 15 in the summer as well. And as I said before, it's students from all over the world, not just the US. And this is something people really love about our program. So a little bit about what's going on right now. Most of our campuses are open today, and we're able to do this thanks to our safe learning guarantee, where we've taken a lot of precautions in regards to COVID-19. It's actually possible for Americans to travel right now to most countries, and we anticipate that's only going to get easier as time goes on. We also have our peace of mind policy that allows you to plan risk-free. So we invite you to follow us on Instagram so you can get a better idea of our programs. And if you want to get in touch, here's our contact info. The best website to find us is ef.edu/year. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you abroad soon.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from Alzar School.
Great. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. I don't know if William might need to
You
let
can
me share.
interrupt.
Oh, just do continue. I'll just hit or interrupt. Okay, great. Awesome. Can you guys all see this beautiful photo of Patagonia, Chile?
Looks good.
Great, fantastic. So my name's Jamie and I'm the Director of Admissions here at Alzar School. I also got to be a participant of Alzar back when they had their summer programs way back when, and I'm really excited to share today all about Alzar Gap. So we have been running programs since 2004, and we are really looking forward to welcoming our next cohort of adventurers in 2021 and 2022. Alzar Gap takes our participants through the beautiful peaks of Patagonia, Chile, and through the rivers and mountains of the American West. So we offer 3 unique GAP programs to fit participants' interests and schedules, and these programs can either serve as singular GAP experiences or be combined for a full GAP year. So to start out, I want to talk about our wonderful Patagonia Exchange. Alzar has been running programs down in Chile since 2007. And so with this long-standing history, we're really always excited to offer cultural exchange opportunity to our GAP participants. The Patagonia Exchange program allows you to really find your place in a diverse and globalized world as you backpack and paddle through the beautiful Patagonian landscapes and connect with locals while living at our beautiful Base Patagonia campus and through homestays as well. This one in particular is for students 18 to 24 and runs for 80 days. And those are the 2 different sessions that we offer. Next up is our Wild and Scenic GAP program, which really hones in on outdoor adventure and leadership training as you explore through the many seasons in the American West. So during this 90-day program, participants get to go skiing in the slopes of Idaho, and then go backpacking through Oregon and Idaho, and paddle through California, Idaho, and Oregon to really experience all that the American West has to offer. In addition, students learn valuable leadership skills and really hone in on their outdoor skills and get to connect with those that are really familiar with the outdoor industry and conservation movements. So during this program, participants also get to earn industry recognized certifications and learn the necessary skills to plan your own epic adventures and being able to work in the ski, whitewater, and outdoor education industries. And last but not least is our Western Whitewater program, which hones in on paddling in the world-renowned whitewater found in the American West. So if you're interested in working as a guide in the whitewater industry or interested in spending your summer just paddling some really wonderful whitewater, this is going to be the program for you. This is our shortest program. It runs for 34 days and it's launching. We have our fall 2021 program that's starting up in September. So each of our 3 programs are really designed to allow you to discover new interests and passions under the mentorship of inspiring program instructors and local community leaders. So you can expect to learn about critical global and local issues, gain insight into another culture, and find a new sense of confidence through challenging adventures in Patagonia or the American West. And we do this through a few different ways. So the first is, of course, getting into the outdoors. Our team of highly skilled instructors and local partners guide participants through multi-day backpacking, rafting, skiing, and whitewater experiences. And so you get to learn those skills and plan your own adventures as you travel around the world. You are not required to have any prior experience in backpacking or kayaking or skiing before joining us. I certainly had never been in a hardshell kayak before I joined when I was a student. And so we would love to teach you. Each program has a mix of students' abilities. And so with that, that really promotes that community and collaboration with your peers. So I can promise that there will be no shortage of opportunities to push yourself and explore some of those beautiful places as you go around the world. Next is really important part is our community and leadership pieces. So groups are kept intentionally small, typically between 7 and 14 participants, so that we can not only lessen our environmental impact, but allow for authentic leadership opportunities and create really authentic connections. Every student has a hand in creating a unique and positive community that's both supporting and uplifting one another. The friendships that students make during our GAP programs are really like no other because you're getting to go out and explore and do so many things with them. We want to teach you, of course, also tangible leadership skills so you can use your knowledge to become a leader in your own professional and personal life. So with the help of our instructors, you'll help plan out the itineraries for these backpacking and paddling trips and develop a unique positive community and really contribute to these once-in-a-lifetime adventures. Next is kind of our service learning and environmental stewardship aspects. Participants have the opportunity to meet and work alongside handpicked community leaders that have created NGOs, eco-businesses, and community action groups, both in Chile and the American West. The community leaders that we work with are always so excited to discuss the skills and experiences that they have that have allowed them to really positively impact their local communities. We not only want you to walk away with a love for these wild spaces, of course, but also to show you how you can take care of the environments that we're traveling through. And so we do this by practicing responsible travel and connecting you with those leaders that are really making a difference through environmentally focused activism and initiatives, both in Chile and the American West. Then last but not least is the cultural exchange. It's really at the heart of Alzar and our mission. We create opportunities where you can really reach across borders, feel the power of that human connection, and appreciate the beauty of diversity. We not only set up opportunities for authentic culture immersion, such as homestays during our Patagonia exchange, but also bring together groups of participants with a wide range of backgrounds, lifestyles, with a variety of different viewpoints during each one of our programs. So these are the 3 GAP programs that, as I said, can either stand alone or be combined for a full GAP year. We have that Western Whitewater that launches this fall, followed by our Patagonia Exchange, and then wrapping up a wonderful year with our Wild and Scenic program. We're currently accepting applications for all 3 of our programs. And one of my favorite parts of my job is getting to know participants throughout our simple 5-step process for the application. And because each of our program varies in length and location, the price range is going to vary. So it's from $8,000 to $18,000, but we have a ton of financial aid that is still available. So I encourage you to apply today. You can go to alzargap.org to find both our application and financial aid application. So thanks so much for your time, and I'll pass it along.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from Carpe Diem Education.
Awesome. Just one second here. I'm going to share my screen and then I'll get going. Perfect. Does that look okay? All good.
Yeah.
So my name is Anne. I'm the Executive Director of Enrollment and Operations at Carpe Diem Education, and I'm based in Portland, Oregon. Carpe Diem offers gap semester, summer, and year-long programs for students between the ages of 17 and 22. Our programs are offered in 9 different locations around the world, and our programs are all hands-on or experiential. We focus on community engagement, intercultural exchange, and personal growth and reflection. We have up to 12 students per group, and there's always 2 experienced overseas educators or leaders per program as well. In addition to our 3-month semester programs, we also offer a year-long program called the Latitudes Year. This allows students to combine a group semester during the fall and then complete a focused independent focused volunteer placement during the spring semester with one of our partners around the world. I think it is important to mention that our operations have been impacted because of COVID, but we have been running in-person programs all year. This past fall, we had a group of students in the US borderlands, and this spring we have students in Costa Rica and Hawaii. We are feeling really optimistic about our ability to offer programs this summer and next year. And we have expanded our refund policy so that all fall 2021 students can apply risk-free from now until August 1st and can cancel for any reason up until then. You can see our expanded refund policy and more about our COVID response on our website as well. We are accredited by the Gap Year Association, and we're also a certified B Corporation. So this is a list of all of our different semester program locations and themes. We have identified themes for all of our programs so that students are able to select a program that feels like the best fit for your interests and goals for your gap year. In addition to these semester programs, we do have 3 summer programs running this year. They're each 4 weeks long, and those programs are in Ecuador, Costa Rica, and Hawaii. So these are just a few of my favorite photos from recent programs. If you think you might want to spend your gap year learning to scuba dive in Fiji, participating in a yoga and meditation retreat in Rishikesh, India, maybe living with a homestay family in Marrakesh, Morocco, studying Spanish in Guatemala, or taking a cooking class in Chiang Mai, I would encourage you to consider a program with Carpe Diem. So during these presentations, I think it's really important to talk about what our programs are and what our programs are not, just so you do know what you're signing up for. Our programs are not easy. This is not a teen tour or a vacation or an opportunity to hang out on the beach far away from your family. And our programs are not therapeutic. Our programs are really intentionally designed to challenge your comfort zones, push you out of your comfort zone, help you learn more about yourself, the world around you, and what you want to do after your gap year. Our programs are meant to be an opportunity to learn travel skills so that you're able to travel independently in the future. Our programs are rugged and off the beaten path, so it's not always a super comfortable experience. You'll be staying in hostels and guest houses and camping and living with just a couple of changes of clothing and eating local food. Our programs are focused on cultural immersion and going deeper than just the surface level or an experience you might have if you're just in a place for a couple of days at a time. And our programs are very structured group experiences, and of course, they're super fast-paced and really fun. So in my role at Carpe, I have the opportunity to interview many of the students that come on our programs, and one of the most frequent questions I get is, what does a typical day look like with Carpe Diem? And I think one of the coolest things about a program like ours is that every day is totally different. But to give you kind of an idea of what to expect if you do join us, you might spend the day working with your group on an environmental service project. Maybe your group is backpacking through a remote landscape in India or Guatemala. Maybe you're playing soccer with a group of university students in a local village, or maybe you're practicing your language skills in a local market. Evenings are generally pretty relaxed and allow you either time to hang out with your group or take care of your personal needs, whether that's journaling or reading or doing your laundry or checking in with friends and family back home. Our programs change locations typically every 1 to 3 weeks. So there's a lot of diversity in the experience that way as well. As you're discovering this evening, there's a lot of gap year programs out there, and I know it can be really hard to tell them apart. So I want to highlight a couple of things here. We are committed to access. We have scholarships and payment plans available. We can also accept 529 plans. All of our students can earn up to 18 college credits per semester through Portland State University, and there's no time in a classroom, and there's definitely no time spent on Zoom. And then we are experts in the field. As I mentioned, we are an accredited Gap Year Association program. All of our leaders are wilderness first responders. and we have an on-call medical doctor and mental health professionals available as well. So lastly here, our program tuition does have a wide range. It depends on the length of the program and the location. Program tuition includes all food, accommodations, program activities, and travel insurance. Additional costs to be aware of include visas and any additional spending money you might need. So we are accepting applications right now for our summer programs, our fall 2021 programs, and our spring 2022 programs. This is a great time to start planning your gap year. So I'd encourage you to check out our website, follow us on Instagram, and feel free to reach out to me directly if you have any questions. Thanks.
Thank you. Lastly, we'll be hearing from Foreman School Ingenuity Gap Semester.
Okay, great. Can you see that?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe try to share again.
Sure. 1 second. Is that working now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. Okay, great. Cool. Hey, everybody. This is Kai Johnson, and I am the Director of Ingenuity here. And this is an initiative of the Foreman School, which I'll touch on really quickly. So we're a brand new gap year program. We're going to be launching our first semester program this September, coming up in Maine. So little quick history on the Foreman School. This is a co-ed boarding school based in Litchfield, Connecticut. It was founded in 1930, so quite a long time ago. And through its whole history, it's been specifically focused on students with learning differences. So understanding, what those are, how to engage with them, how to teach to them. So that's what we've been doing the whole time. So Einstein, actually pictured here, was one of the original board members when the school was first founded. And it's likely that Einstein was most likely dyslexic himself. So this is really our expertise. It's what we've been doing for over 90 years. And this is sort of the contextual background that we'll be bringing into our gap year programming. So for the actual program, we'll be launching this program called Climate Change in Coastal Maine. And it's going to be very, again, as with many gap year programs, very experiential in nature. So we're going out and really experiencing things hands-on. It's going to be quite intellectual and really engaging in some of these challenging topics around climate change. So it won't be academic in any way, no courses, no grades, no papers, anything like that. But it's really an opportunity to get out of the classroom and to really reconnect with your joy and with your spark, and to learn in a real world setting and sort of making these connections between, why does it matter? Why does it matter to learn these things or these skills? How do I actually engage with that in the world? And it's also really an invitation to discover and sort of explore who you are as a learner and as a human being. And the program will have two main focal points. One would be climate change, and then the second would be skills development, which I'll get into in a second. The program is designed with Foreman's approach to learning differences. So it's not exclusively for students with learning differences, but it is developed with learning differences in mind. And I'd say it's really open to, again, any student who's interested in exploring who they are as a learner. So for this first focal point, climate change, this is one of the most pressing issues, if not the most pressing issue of our time. It is global, it affects everybody. And what we'll be doing on the program is really looking at this global phenomena through the lens of coastal Maine. And again, hands-on experiential. So what is seen, what is heard, felt, tasted, experienced with all of these changes that are going on. And this area is a really ripe and unique area to do this investigation because there are a lot of changes that are happening. So the Gulf of Maine area right there is actually warming faster than 99% of the ocean due to a variety of factors. You can just see a lot of the changes that may be happening elsewhere are happening a bit more quickly in this area. So as I mentioned, right, this is going to be diving in. So we're looking at real challenges facing real communities. So we're looking at the lobstering industry, fishing industries, farming and agriculture, effects on communities, and then also policy and governments. And, this is how do all of these things tie together and what's going on with them. So for example, like right now with the lobstering industry, the warming waters have actually been really, really good because it's better for lobster populations. So they've had some record hauls over the past couple of years. But if this trend continues, then the lobsters will continue to move farther north into Canada. We'll see sort of what we've seen further south down the coast is the lobsters will move away, and it's the industry may be at risk of collapsing if the trend continues. And also with some of the communities that are there, they have sort of one road to the mainland, and if sea level rise continues, then they may be cut off to the mainland during periods of high tide. Cool. And so for the second focal point, skill development, really what we're going for here is working towards independence. So we'll be looking at time management, organization, communication skills, self-advocacy, so how to advocate for yourself and what you need, as well as how to work and function in a team environment. And there's a couple of different components that will be part of this. So one is assistive technology. So we'll introduce this at the very beginning of the program and then work with that throughout the whole duration of the program. We'll also have executive functioning coaching throughout the program as well, built in at specific times and places. There will be a capstone project. So again, this is sort of that reconnecting with your joy and with your spark. So we'll have a session to be able to choose this project that you'd like to do and work on throughout the program. And then we'll have these other things built in to help you work on that through the program. And then you'll do a presentation at the end. There'll also be a bunch of cooking skills. We have a teacher at Foreman who's also a professional chef. So he'll be coming to sort of help make connections into all these different areas, into agriculture, into sustainability, into climate change. And so we're looking not just at this one meal, but how does this connect to everything else, as well as developing these skills for actually cooking. And really with all this, I think what we're talking about is moving from a more guided and supportive environment in the beginning to sort of increasing independence as the program progresses. So I'm about out of time. As I mentioned, this is very new. So we're just about to launch the website. That should be up next week. But if you have any questions before then, you can check out the Foreman School website or send me an email and I'd be happy to chat. Great, thank you.
Thank you. We just have a little bit of time left to do a quick round of Q&A. So I just want to invite all of the reps to come back on and just answer briefly, what does a typical candidate for your gap year program look like? And you can answer in the same order that you presented in.
All right. A typical program participant for Vanguard really wants to grow. They are motivated to take a gap year. They want to do that purposeful year of growth and development. And they're really seeking to do that in a Christian environment. So really what we're looking for is somebody who wants to be a part of an intentional community, wants to grow in their faith, in their preparation for life, better understand who they are and where they're headed in life, and to do that in a very purposeful way through the wide variety of experiences that they experience in Vanguard.
As for semester at sea, as far as our more concrete requirements, we're looking for students that will have a high school diploma by the time they start their voyage. We're looking for at least a 3.25 cumulative GPA. But on a more personal note, we're looking for students that have that adventurous state of mind, that are excited about traveling to so many different countries and opening themselves up to so many different cultures. And it doesn't matter if you have 3 fully stamped passports that you've gone through, or you've never been to another country in your life. A semester at sea is a great opportunity for students across the scale of international experience. So we're happy to welcome your application and happy to answer any questions you may have about your candidacy.
For EF language campuses, I'd say there's kind of no typical student. We have students of all different academic backgrounds, language levels, really everything. But I would say everyone in the program is really looking to have a productive gap year, but still have a lot of fun. So they're looking to come out of their gap year with a strong skill reach, which is, really improving their language skills, but also want to enjoy and have fun and live in a global city.
Awesome. Yeah, for Alzar Gap, similarly, there's not any like GPA requirement or anything along those lines. It's ultimately, like I said, I think in my presentation, there's similarly no requirement for any outdoor experience as well, even though we are going backpacking and whitewater paddling and skiing as well. So ultimately, I think who we typically see are students that are just looking to do something more and who are excited to step outside their comfort zone in one way or another.
For Carpe Diem programs, we really look for students who are looking for a challenge and again, seeking to get out of their comfort zone and wanting to get out of the classroom. The majority of our students are very driven and planning to go to college, but just seeking an opportunity to explore their own interests and also seeking community, self-reflection, and personal growth.
Great. And yeah, for Ingenuity Year, I think generally like a curiosity, like a really like a curiosity, a desire to really engage with the world, again, to reiterate, to get out of that classroom and to really engage with some of these really big challenges that are facing us and to understand how you fit into that picture. So this curiosity and this desire to learn.
Great, thank you all so much. When you go to close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as all of the other sessions recordings at teenlife.com. So thank you everyone for joining us. Bye.